That's a lot.
Is it even possible for anybody to stand up and change the game?
No.
Nope.
I have a question.
Okay.
Are you guys chivalry, whatever? What's it called?
Chivalrous.
Are you guys chivalrous?
She's adorable.
We're
No.
chivalrous to the women who have earned it.
If
I would
she's
say I'm
earned the
chivalrous.
right,
Okay, I have a question. So if you see a single mother passing with a stroller
I'm
and
gonna
two
ignore her.
kids, you're not gonna open the door for her?
Yeah, I'll open the door for anybody.
Of course.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Just like I'll open the door for a 50, like a 85-year-old old man.
Open the door for anybody.
Yeah.
Alright,
Just
so
respectful.
That's being
before
courteous.
before we go into that random tangent thing, going back to what you're saying as far as like chivalry or whatever, here's the reason why chivalry will never come back. For chivalry to come back, women have to start to concede on some of their rights and or their privileges. And the reality is that most women are never going to give up their rights and or privileges because women get the benefit of being treated as an equal while simultaneously enjoying the benefits of being a lady.
Yeah.
What do I mean by this? Well, if you go out with a date on a man, even if you're a high power attorney, you make, $200,000 per year, you're still going to expect the man to pay for the date. You're still going to expect the man to protect you if something crazy happens. You're going to still expect the man to be a man.
Yeah.
Women pick and choose when they can be a lady, but men are always expected to be masculine. So what I'm saying is this: why are you going to quit while you're ahead? No, you're going to just let me continue to get the benefits of being a lady while simultaneously being equal. And here's the problem: chivalry cannot coexist with equality, which is why it's dead.
Right. Yep.
Women killed it. Feminism killed it.
Yep. Do you know in Japan it's the cultural norm for men and women, even on the first date, second date, third date, to split the bill 50-50.
Okay, but there's a reason why, because of the history of Japan.
culture.
It's culture. We're living in a culture where in America, us women, we were undermanned for a long,
Who
long,
under
long.
what were you under? Under a roof and the house roof that was paid for you?
I'm talking about women's rights.
What rights did you not have?
We didn't have rights forever.
Like
men did.
time out. Wait a minute. Forever is since the beginning of time. So no. What right are you talking about, and from what time point?
Well, I'm talking about women's rights. I'm talking about the past.
Okay, what rights?
Okay,
You're speaking in generalities. If you're gonna make a giant, if you're gonna like paint all men bad as like these.
No,
no, you are. Chill. You are because you're saying.
You're right.
Chill. Listen. Okay, I know it's hard, but listen. Okay. You are saying that men are these big, bad boogeymen oppressor of women. That's the way you painted the statement. You can shake your head all you want, but that's the way you did it.
That did not come out of my mouth.
Okay,
that's how you're painting.
What did you say specifically? Go ahead.
All I said was about Japan. You made your comment about Japan.
You said women are under men. How?
I'm talking about. Okay, let's.
Women are under men. How?
Wait, hold on. I'm talking about the general, like the continuing, like the beginning comment of you saying about Japan. In Japan, it's equal, right? Their culture where women and men always equal.
No, in Japan, it's not like
women and men are not equal across the planet.
No, but I'm saying their rights in their country, was it always equal in Japan?
Have they ever been
culture?
Equal in any culture?
Okay, so that's different because you're talking about a completely different culture than America.
Okay, so you need to defend your point, which you have yet to have done. Okay,
My point is...
No, you're not. Listen, I'm going to make it for you because you don't know what you're doing. You said that men were oppressing American women.
Yes.
How?
Yes, of course they did.
in the past.
In the past, women's rights, we didn't even have rights to work and a bunch of other things until a certain
when
point.
were women not allowed to work in America? When was it illegal for women to work? Please state the date, time, and law.
I don't have the date, time,
I
and
know
law
you don't.
because I went to history and it was a long time ago.
I think she means in
But-
certain
You're driving your feelings right now.
no, there's
You
no
can't make
feelings.
any-
I know what I'm
you
talking
are in
about.
your feelings.
But
you
I
just
know,
you see, that's
but
the problem.
But hold on.
No, 'cause you
I
wanna
know
keep
that
talking,
you're
but you're not
comparing
making
two
any
different
sense.
cultures.
You're not
You're
making any
comparing
sense.
Japanese culture with American culture. We are two different governments. The history of Japan, which is your point of, oh, that will never happen in Japan. Everything is equal. That culture and their history is completely different than what we went through.
I never
in
said
America.
the culture was the same. You said, which you've yet, we're going 5 minutes on you not defending your point now. Okay. You said that men are oppressing women in the United States of America. And then you said that women were not allowed to work. Please tell me, when were women not allowed to work in the United States?
At times it was harder for women to get jobs. Yes, it was.
Back in the day.
Especially jobs that were
And what law
more
passed that
facilitated
allowed
for
women
men.
to
Women
get
got
jobs?
paid less. I think she means more so like with voting and just like
Yeah.
general.
No, she
like-
didn't say
Yes,
voting because
no,
she
that's
said
what I'm
she
talking
said-
about. I'm talking about in general.
No,
We did not
you
have
guys
the
are
same
back-
rights.
You guys are bailing her out.
Hold on, no.
You guys are bailing
I'm
her
gonna
out.
speak
No,
for
no,
myself.
no, you're not
You
gonna
want
pull
me
that
I'm
game
gonna
on
speak for
me.
myself since I'm the
You
leader.
said men were not. You said men.
We did not have the same rights throughout in American culture.
No.
Women, and this is my point, and this is what I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
In America, we did not have the same rights. Women and men did not have the same rights in our history. So you're comparing Japanese culture saying in Japan, it's 50-50. We will split the bill, right? You're talking about their culture. That's not America. We were not raised the same way. We did not have the same presidents. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying you can't compare a completely different country with our country. We're right now living in Miami. In Japan, they live completely differently. And I want to live in Japan. I want to go there because their culture is an example of what we should be. And
Have you been to Japan?
I've
how do
always
you
Okay, here's the thing.
I've learned a lot about Japan.
Okay. You made a statement. You said women are under men. He's simply asking you to articulate why do you think that and how?
Which she has not done.
No. That's not what
Please
I was
answer the
saying.
question.
No, that's not what I was saying. All I was just making a point is he said in Japan we split the bill. That would never happen. Of course, because that's a completely different culture. That's a completely different country.
Okay, but now he's
We don't
asking you
have the same
how.
history.
He's asking you how are men over women in the United States? Because you
Right
said
now,
yeah.
no, we right now have the same amount of equal rights, but women did not have the same equal rights as men in our culture at a point in American history. Is that not right? Am I dumb? Like, I know that's I know I'm not dumb. Like, I know I'm saying something.
Here's
We
the
can
thing.
ask the chat.
Yeah, I mean, simply put, a lot these rights that
we
some
weren't
of
able
these
to vote
rights-
for a while. Is that not true?
Yes, but here's the thing you got to understand.
Do you know
Women
when
actually didn't
an
want to
amendment
vote.
allowed the women to vote?
Women didn't want to vote for a very long time.
You said women didn't want to.
They didn't
You
want
don't
to
even
vote.
know this, that certain men were not allowed to vote in America either, did you?
I mean,
Nigga,
I'm
you
sure.
did not know that.
I'm sure
You did
there's
not
certain
know.
men
Yeah,
that
well,
weren't allowed to vote.
Also white guys.
The fact that there was the first black president only a couple years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
3, 4, 5. Obama got elected in 2008.
Oh yeah, well,
It's
whatever.
true.
It
That's
was
14 years ago.
whatever amount of time it was. It doesn't matter.
Stop
Like,
spanking her,
All
bro.
right,
it
she's
doesn't
not
really
a
matter.
history buff.
What I'm
We get it.
doing
Trump
is
was not
making a
black,
point.
nor was he the first black
I'm just
president.
making a point. Do not talk about in Japan. That will never happen. Duh, because that's Japan. That's not America. And is that not true?
No, well, the point I
That's
was
all
making,
I was saying.
He
going
was
back
trying to make
that,
a point, and he didn't even get to make
the
it. That's
point
what
I was trying to make because you're taking my point and you're trying to run away with it, and you're not answering your question, which was your blatant accusation that men were oppressing women in the United States of America.
I believe so.
Right,
For a while.
because you were alive back then and you saw it,
It's
or
because
you
I
were
took.
indoctrinated with some kind of
No,
fucking
it's
social
because-
media campaign that told you
No,
men
it's
are
because
bad
I went to
guys.
school and because I went to
School?
history.
Where did you go to school? What'd you get a degree in? Bachelor's, associates?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, you just said you went to
Flores?
school, so you said it like it mattered.
No, it's because I literally grew up here and because I learned this culture and I know that
indoctrinated.
all
Yes.
I'm saying is,
Indoctrinated.
again, back to my point, all I was making a point is from your one comment. Everything else is down the drain. I
These
don't know
rights that
what
you're
else
arguing
saying.
for, I'm just going to keep it very simple for you, like voting, joining the military, entering the workforce, etc. Women didn't want to do these things. They didn't want to.
What is
And as a
didn't
matter
want
of-
to? That's
They
such
didn't want to because
it's a
here's the thing.
biased
history
opinion. That
instead
makes
of
no sense.
No. It's historical fact. Women did not want to vote. You want to know why? Because
Women fought
they
for
had.
these rights.
Yo, shut
No,
up.
they
They
didn't.
went-
You
That
guys
makes
were-
no
women-
sense.
Yo,
women did
yo,
not-
You
yo,
didn't live
listen,
there
listen,
either,
listen,
so how
listen.
could you speak
Listen.
that women didn't want to?
We listened to you speak. Now you're going to be quiet. I'm going to make my point. What I'm about to say is fact. Women did not want to vote for the longest amount of time because it came with responsibility.
Yep.
It meant you
And
had to
accountability.
volunteer
A woman's
and you had to own land. You had to do certain things.
Draft.
And women did it. And the draft. Women did not want to be responsible for having certain authority. So therefore they said, you know what? Fuck this. I'd rather raise children, be home, and take care of the family, which there's nothing wrong about that. But you cannot sit here and say, women were oppressed. No, a lot of the times women didn't want certain rights because it came with what? Responsibility.
So they weren't the ones that fought for these
But-
rights.
But what?
What?
They didn't fight for the right to vote. That right was given to them.
that right
Is that
was
what
We
you're
should
saying?
have had that right.
women did not want
Then-
that right for
No,
the
okay,
longest
so
period
you're
of time.
saying we didn't-
If we
Listen,
had that right,
listen,
Like
you
there
guys
then
were
we could have
millions
said
of
that.
women
Listen,
around
hold on,
America
hold on,
that
hold
didn't
on.
fight for that right.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Couch girl, listen. You don't understand. that men were also denied the right to vote.
Okay, and that's terrible too. But all women were denied the right to vote.
Right. But there was also a
By who?
segment of
By men.
population. Yeah, because
how
men
can I
were the
deny
ones
you something that you don't want to do?
Men were the
Okay,
ones
a
establishing
segment
the
of
country.
men can't vote
Stop
today.
the show. Stop the show.
Felonies can't.
Stop the show. Do you guys not fucking pay attention? I just
No.
told you. Literally. Women chose not to have the right to vote for a very long period of time because it came with responsibility. You can vote now, but you don't even have to join into the selective draft. The selective service. Do you know what the selective service is?
Nope.
Girl in the middle. Do you know what selective
The
service is?
military? Is that what you're talking
What is
about?
a selective service?
Selective service.
What is that?
The military, like joining the military. We can voluntarily.
Voluntarily.
It's late, okay? We
is late.
we won't get drafted into the military if we go
Exactly.
to war. That's true. That's true.
And you still get
But
the
do
right
you-
to vote, but women had. There's the thing: women didn't want to have to be able to be drafted to go into the military, so they chose not to vote. They also had to volunteer for certain programs, whether it was the fire department, medical, etc. So women, since the beginning of time, since American culture started, a lot of them did not want the right to vote. They didn't want
They
it
didn't want
Can I
it.
ask you a
because it came with
question?
responsibility. But now you guys
You're
get to go
speaking
ahead.
on all
Let me
women.
fucking finish. Shut
No.
up. Let me finish. Okay, because you're saying a bunch of things that are incorrect. I'm not gonna have you come in here and say a bunch of things that are not correct.
Facts.
It's a fact what I'm saying right now. Women did not want the right to vote for the longest period of time. Go look at any history book because it came with fucking responsibility. Nowadays, you can vote while simultaneously dodging the selective service. Men don't get that privilege though.
Mhm.
Okay, men have to join the selective service as soon as they turn 18 in the United States. It's against the law if they don't. Okay, so I'm not gonna have you guys come in here and say we were oppressed. No, you chose to not want to vote if you want to use that right. And then another thing too is that women a lot of times don't want to do certain types of manual labor. This is a fact.
Facts.
So that's why they didn't want to have certain rights because it came with responsibility.
So we were not able to vote because we all in the past collectively said, "Hey,
They
girls,
said no. Yes.
we don't want to do
They
this."
collectively said no.
Voting,
Yeah.
All
like
women.
voting.
Is that really true?
No.
I very-
Listen. Like voting, the majority did not want to do it. Therefore, it was passed.
But
I
why
really wanted
though?
to hear your point, man.
Because
about
they're lazy. They wanted to
Tokyo
stay
thing.
at home. and they
Or
didn't wanna go
because
to
we
war.
didn't even have that
Oh, yeah, you ready
option
We
to
weren't
begin
to go to war?
with.
educated.
with the option to go to war?
Did women even have that option to begin with?
To go to war?
No, I'm
They
saying.
did. They chose not to.
They chose
But I'm
not
saying,
to.
but I'm saying,
They chose
where
not to.
where
When you slept through
historically
history
did
class,
we have
Myron and I
that
paid
choice
attention.
to do that?
Okay.
Okay, I could totally be wrong here, but actually, at least I didn't pay much attention either. But I actually thought we weren't allowed. Like
No.
even if we wanted to, back in the day, if we wanted
Ladies,
to
it
go,
is
I
a
thought
fact.
it was
It's
not allowed.
historical fact.
Wait.
The right to vote was given to women several times, and they said no because it came with responsibility. It wasn't until they said, you know what, you're not going to have all these responsibilities that they said, you know what, we want to vote now.
I want to know what
Okay,
history.
wait,
I
wait,
can't
wait,
believe
wait,
y'all
okay,
don't
wait.
know this.
Myron, no, wait,
We
Myron,
were
wait.
not in
When
the
was that given though? When was the first time that men said, "Okay, women, everybody, let's see if y'all want to do this"? When was that first time?
All right, answer the question in question form because
Don't bail
it's
him
turned
out.
into Jeopardy.
We weren't even allowed to play
Who said don't
baseball.
bail
I
him
watched
out?
league.
No, I'm
You said
actually
don't bail
really
out.
asking. When was the
Orange-
first
orange
time
girl?
Yeah.
were we
Good for
given
her.
that
Because you
choice
didn't
of saying,
like the
"Okay,
girl.
you know what, girls, women, you know what? Do y'all want this responsibility?" When was that first choice ever given? Because I
I'm not
know it
gonna
wasn't
lie,
from the
this is
very
my
beginning.
First time ever hearing this.
When the
but-
very beginning is at 1776.
I'm just asking. I really am just asking.
I'm asking you to define your question. It's like we signed
Okay.
the Emancipation Proclamation.
So he said many times men gave women a chance to say, "Hey, you know what? Y'all want this responsibility? Let's see who would be up for it." And women said, "No, we want to be lazy." When
Yes.
was that? When was that
Because
opportunity?
women didn't want to. Women did
I'm
not
just asking.
want.
When was that
When the
opportunity
19th
given?
Amendment was passed.
Okay, the 19th.
The
Okay.
19th. Okay.
All I
that's
wanted to
that's
know.
the right for women to vote. See, you're over here arguing. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
But okay, but
That's the
everybody.
problem.
Okay,
That's the
but
problem. Like you're trying to argue and defend something you don't
I'm
even
not
fucking know
arguing.
about. And
I'm
the thing is
asking
that
you a question.
I answered it, and I told you already. I can't believe that y'all don't know this and you're fighting for it. Women
Not
had the
fighting.
opportunity to vote. They chose not to because it came with responsibility.
I think the issue here is that he took it as you said, hey, men were oppressing women saying that they can't vote. But the reality is they didn't want to vote. That's what it really
And
came
In
down
the
to.
beginning.
listen, I'm not here to argue or compete or anything
you
like
are.
that.
Look,
I'm here, listen,
Alex
I'm
Teo
here
said
giving an opinion of something that I've learned out of school. And,
Okay.
as well,
Okay.
I wanted to ask a question because I really just wanted to know.
Alex Teo, the old HG, says Massachusetts asked their population of 575K women if they wanted to vote in 1985.
1895.
1895. 96% of women said they did not want to vote.
Let's
Because it
verify
came with responsibility,
Yeah.
man. Like I don't know how y'all don't like.
I was never taught that.
Here's the other thing.
Still.
It's been statistically proven, by the way. I don't know if you ladies know this, that women prefer to be at home with their families over working. They did a study recently in Ireland, and what happened was a bunch of women left the workforce because of COVID, and they stayed home and took care of their family. When they asked